Facebook and YouTube.
Sweet. Hello, everyone. This is so exciting. It's July. Can you believe it? I can't. Which means new theme and new sponsor. Our theme this month is X-Men, which I'm very excited about. This is Magneto behind me. We're going to be working on old version of Mr. Magneto. Or Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, he's a sir too. Sir?
Yep. Yes.
Sir. Very cool. So we're doing that. This month's sponsor, and I totally forgot to change the banner on the bottom of Twitch/YouTube/Facebook, so don't pay attention to it. We're doing something different. This month's sponsor is BKS Art and Textiles. And they are some very good friends of mine. They're very cool. It's a husband-wife team. Brock is the B part of the BKS, and he does some fantastic art, which I will show you in a second. And then Kay is Kim, and she makes amazing embroidery products such as purses and handbags and clutches and like keychains and all sorts of fun things. So we actually have, we're going to end up having 5 giveaways this month, which means that there's one more than there are drawings this month, which means if you want the grand prize, which is going to be from Kim, and I cannot wait to show you guys, it's so fabulous, you are going to have to comment the special word every week of this month. So you're going to have to join us every Wednesday. You're going to have to comment with the special word, and we're going to make sure at the very end, if you commented all 4 times, you are in to win Kim's prize. In the meantime, our weekly prize is going to be a print from Mr. Brock. He does some fabulous art, and this is the first one. This is this week. If you would like to win this very cool metal print of Nightcrawler, like you literally win, free win, you're gonna comment Magneto. Magneto, this is who we're drawing this week. I know it's Nightcrawler, but you're commenting Magneto if you want to win this, and if you want to win Kim's prize. Kim's prize is not done yet, but it will be, and it's going to be super cool. And here's just a picture of the things that she kind of does. I have more pictures printed out, but they are not close to me. So she makes all sorts of bags and handbags and clutches, and like all of this stuff down here, this is the Hogwarts castle. This is all embroidery done by her, which is so cool. So if you, the final product will be an X-Men themed backpack, she told me. It's gonna be so cool. And like, if you think about it, like you could win it for free. It's a crazy expensive thing to win for free. So if you want to win the eventual bag at the end of the month, make sure that you comment to Magneto. You could win a print and the bag. So it will be an X-Men themed backpack, you guys. So don't forget, comment to Magneto. But without further ado, I think we're gonna get started on Mr. Magneto. I'm gonna set up my time-lapse camera, but y'all out there think about who your favorite X-Man is. Yeah. We're gonna get the questions going.
Got an intro ready for Mia.
Yeah? Oh, thanks, Mia. Mia also knows a BKS Art and Textiles. Am I doing this right? Apparently not. There we go. Yep, we're singing. And it's working. Alright, let's get some music.
What's your music of choice for Magneto?
X-Men First Class. Because it's a good soundtrack.
It is a good soundtrack.
I just watched this last night as I was pulling these pictures together. As I tug like the entire speaker system now.
I just watched Apocalypse.
Yeah?
I forgot Apocalypse is Poe. Dameron.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. You
Really?
can't tell because of all of the prosthetics on his face.
Yeah.
But it's him. And like his voice alter.
I was wondering who was under it. Is it sad to say that I get Apocalypse and the blue helmet guy from Marvel, the guy that Lee Pace plays, confused all the time.
The Zealot guy?
Huh?
You're talking the Zealot guy?
The what?
The Zealot?
I don't know, but he's like in the realm of Nebula and Thanos and.
Oh, Ronin.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep,
Ronin.
Ronin. Destroyer.
Yeah, or just I don't. I think Hammer guy.
Thor?
No, big Hammer guy. Warhammer guy.
Yeah, he's got quite the hammer.
Thor's is just a regular hammer.
It's not a regular.
Well, but like it's like when in terms of weapons, it's like a hammer and then like a war hammer. It's got the long handle.
Yeah, I guess.
I just learned a new weapon. That's probably my favorite weapon. It's called a Qatar. They're daggers that are built on a thing, so they're like an extension of your fist.
Like an Assassin's Creed thing?
Sort of, but like
They don't extend, right?
no, it's just like it's
they're-
here.
Yeah, but like there's
You can like flip it down if you wanted to,
Yeah.
but yes, they were mainly used in India.
Interesting. Where did you find out about that?
It's the Met Museum.
Yep.
I don't know. Taliesin Jaffe recommended following this group on Twitter
They have
for
some.
D&D like weapon inspirations.
That's awesome. The Met has some awesome like articles. I find myself constantly clicking on them on Facebook.
Amanda Nicole says, "Hello, strangers. Life's been so crazy. I've missed your last 3 lives. Glad to see you."
Well, I didn't have one last week, so if you think you missed one last week, you didn't. But I'm sorry life has been so crazy. I know that feeling. We missed you too. Penguin, what's your favorite X-Men? Who's your favorite X-Men?
Overall,
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Nice. Good choice. Good choice.
Although Mystique is pretty cool when she goes all animorphs and can turn into animals, but I don't think that's in every series of X-Men.
I
Like,
think so.
because it seems like sometimes she has that ability and other times she doesn't.
She doesn't do
Yeah.
that in any of the movies.
No.
Yeah, she doesn't go animal in any of the movies. DM, I know yours, but for the people that are watching, who's your favorite?
Storm.
Which version of Storm?
Specifically the one from the 90s cartoon where she's dramatic.
She's dramatic.
Also has a huge fear of claustrophobia, but...
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, Heather Spitz-Jones says Jason and I are tuning in.
Hello, Heather Spitz-Jones and Jason. Who are your guys' favorite X-Men?
And ISO7 Art says hello, and what are you working on today?
Asa, hi. I'm working on Magneto. Actually, I think I know Jason's is Logan. He really likes Logan, but I could be wrong.
I have a couple favorites, but Storm is definitely on the number 1 on the leaderboard.
Who are runner-ups?
Nightcrawler, Mystique, but specifically her comic book version,
Sure.
where she's always with the skull belt and the like sassy red hair.
Yeah.
Although the original trilogy Mystique is also good.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
That's Rebecca Romaine or Romaine or how do you
Yeah,
pronounce
Rebecca
it?
Romaine.
Yeah. Oh, so
Oh,
Skin Wars.
yes, I was just about to say that.
I heard myself take the words out of your mouth.
Ooh.
Issa07 Art says Storm was one of my favorites.
Heck yeah.
Yes. Heather writes, Jason likes Wolverine,
Heck yeah.
and I like Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Was Jubilee
No
in
comment.
any movie?
What?
Was Jubilee in any of the movies? Like,
Yeah, she's in the newer ones. She was in Future Past, just as like a little blip character,
yeah,
like
the
a little
background
like
people.
oh, look at her, it's Jubilee. And I think she was in Apocalypse a little bit as well, because she's one of the main students.
Does she, like, okay, so Angel in First Class made the little spitballs. Does Jubilee do it via her mouth too, or does she do it like with her hands? Doesn't Jubilee make like little like plasma balls?
She makes like fireworks.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
And like light spectacles.
Amanda Nicole says we named our son Logan from the Wolverine.
Heck yeah, we know a
Nice.
kid named Logan who was named after Wolverine too.
Yeah, that's my one thing. I'm not a fan of Jubilee, but I think it's because my first introduction to her is in the '90s cartoon where she is so helpless and she's like the catalyst to like meeting the X-Men, because she's like, I'm being attacked. And that just might be why I don't like it. But she's got cool powers. Shooting off like, I don't know if they're light beams or fireworks, because they've got some explosive power to them.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. And in the movie, she was much better than in the '90s cartoon.
I don't
Who knows?
remember
Maybe
her.
maybe she'll pop up more.
Maybe.
She's a pivotal part of the team.
I do not remember her.
Does she, in the comic world, is she more of a main player?
I think so.
Hello.
I don't know,
Okay.
because I am very behind in my X-Men comics.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
But we got a comment from Natalie Boyd Stone Cipher. I saw you at one of the Comic Cons. May have been Denver. I love your work.
I wish I had gone to Denver. It was not Denver, but hopefully catch you there next time. Thank you.
Ooh, that's a good one. He's number 3 on my list, Heather. Heather wrote in Gambit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Oh, I love Gambit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's probably like
Are we talking about
Storm,
Mutants
Nightcrawler,
Yes.
Gambit, Mystique, but specifically red hair, Skull Belt Mystique with the guns.
Yes.
Yes. With guns.
With the guns. We were just talking about our favorite X-Men, Mr. Pito and Ringmaster.
Well, my favorite X-Man is the one you're currently working on.
Fabulous.
He's not an X-Man.
Well, X-Men
Mutant.
character.
He is a mutant.
Brotherhood member.
Ooh, Adam Crane says Apocalypse is the best.
I mean, he's pretty chill.
I knew he was gonna
Really,
say that.
for me, it depends on which version. '90s cartoon Apocalypse was pretty dope.
He is.
He was great.
That cartoon. Shock Girl, did you ever see that cartoon?
I don't know. Was that the Jubilee favorite
Yeah.
one? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of that one. I downloaded and like bought all of Uncanny and the Wolverine one and all the ones where they were like in high school.
Yes.
Yeah,
X-Men
I
Evolution.
had all those. Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
That's a good one.
I loved those. We watched those in a binge. We did that for like one summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great.
Yeah.
They're all on Disney Plus now too.
Are they?
Yes, that's where I've been watching. I'm currently getting through
I think all of
the
those
'90s ones.
all the old X-Men cartoons are.
That's awesome. I should go back and watch them because they were the bomb. The bomb DD.
Ooh, Lee Martini says Logan, Storm, and Jean Grey.
Nice.
All good options. All good
I'm trying to think of
options.
who number 5 is on my list.
I have my 5 because I can't pick just one because
I was
there's
gonna say,
too
are you
many.
gonna say Spider-Man?
I can't remember if
He
it was.
now here's the
I know,
deal.
I
Yeah,
know.
in the House of M event, he disguised himself as a mutant so that he would not get. So for a period of time, he in that line of comic was a mutant. He was not actually a mutant, and also at the end of all of that, he became the Green Goblin. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Oh, Ryan McNeil, his favorite X-Men is Nightcrawler.
Good choice.
I love Nightcrawler as
Good
Okay,
well.
choice.
speaking of, since we got a whole bunch of more people that are watching now that would like a Nightcrawler print.
Yes.
This week's thing is this really cool metal print of Nightcrawler.
Get out.
Yeah, so not only that, but if you we have 5 prizes this month.
Wow.
Count 'em 5. That's one more than we have drawings, which means
Oh.
if you want to win the grand prize, there's going to be a really cool backpack, an X-Men backpack
Wow.
made by
Okay.
our friends at BKS Art and Textiles.
Okay.
You have to comment every week. You have to do all 4. So
Okay.
if you want this plus a backpack, you have to comment Magneto tonight. Comment Magneto.
Magneto.
You
Okay.
can win this.
Can do.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Do it right now.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Do
my
it or
friends.
else.
My friends, not
Comment
hard at all.
Magneto.
Comment Magneto.
Magneto.
I'm gonna turn my volume off so that as I
I'd
watch
say
the
number
live stream
5
it
is
doesn't
Jean Grey,
conflict.
yeah.
Just an endless loop of the
Yep.
sound.
All right. I'll give you my 5, and these are in no particular order.
Okay.
Legion,
Okay.
Professor X,
Nice.
Hope Summers,
Oh.
Magic,
Oh.
and Cable.
Wait. Who's Hope?
Ooh.
Hope is the
Messiah.
the mutant messiah. She is the child of she's the adopted child of Cable.
Yes.
She was raised in the future because after House of M, Scarlet Witch decides to officially alter reality by saying no more mutants,
That's
and so
right.
no more mutants were born until Hope became born, and started bringing the mutant X gene back into the world. And because of this, they knew that this was going to be a very powerful being, and so everyone wanted to kidnap this child. And so the X-Men were able to get to her first, and Cyclops was gave it to Cable and said, you have to, hop around through time and protect this child. And so, but she has powers similar to Rogue in that she can copy other people's powers,
Cool.
but for her, she does not have to, she doesn't have to touch the person, and she can, keep those powers. She can stockpile them.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and currently on the island of Krakoa, the mutant territory that they have now, she is part of this group that helps, bring back dead mutants.
Cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so she's pretty cool. But so is Legion, Professor X, Magic, and Cable.
Has anyone said the Shadow King?
No.
No.
That's who
No.
number 5 is.
Because he is.
Not the Shadow King.
Oh.
Shadow Cat.
Oh, I mean, hey, Cat
Talk
Pride
about-
is.
Yeah, speak to the Shadow King.
Yes.
Shadow King is a psychic almost on par with Professor X, but he's much more malicious and therefore does many more things with his power. He's a great antagonist because he can literally be in anyone. His corporeal form has been lost several times, and he still does what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, is he just a menacing threat every single time?
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
A big character for Legion,
For
especially
Legion.
if you watch the TV show. Amal Farouk, the Shadow King.
And in the X-Men animated series, he tormented Storm,
Mm-hmm.
which was so cool because he was trying to use her godlike abilities
Yeah.
for his own and it was great. That was great.
So Dan likes the villains.
I mean, I do.
Always.
Art is life, says Chalk Curl is the best.
Oh, hey, Eric.
That's
I
true.
agree with
That's
that.
true.
And Lee Martini says, what about Eric? LOL.
What about Eric?
People like him too.
People do like Eric. Magneto's great.
He is my number one.
Is there only one person in the universe in the X-Men world named Eric?
There's only one Eric, and that is
One,
Magneto.
one Eric.
He survived the Holocaust.
Yeah.
He does.
His
Which
story is pretty crazy.
it
Yeah.
is. It is an intense story, and that's incredible.
Twin was like, I don't feel as bad that you just want to murder everyone.
We don't don't murder people, but
I
you've
understand.
had a rough life.
You're allowed to.
Well, and that's the thing. I think if there's any villain that's like, yeah, okay, but it's Magneto.
Yeah, I think his story is very humanized is the wrong word, but like down on our level a bit. Like
Yes.
yeah, I
Yes.
yeah.
And especially his portrayals by Sir Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Who did
Oh,
an
aren't they both
incredible
great?
job. You're like, oh, okay, so this is the best character in the X-Men movies. Cool, great, thanks for doing that.
I actively applauded when in X3, which is not a great movie, but in X3, it wasn't, but
No,
in X3 when Magneto says, I've already gotten my ink, I was like,
Well, what's your other favorite line that you say all the time that he says in X2
What
to
do I say?
Pyro?
oh, you're a god among insects and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
He just
good
got
lo-
some
I
zingers.
quote that.
Yeah,
I quote that probably once a week, actually.
I like
can confirm.
the pawns go first.
The pawns
Yeah.
go first. Oh my gosh, Ian McKellen, and just the delivery of it. So powerful and menacing, but also like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I mean, he picked up a bridge and moved it somewhere.
And then he picked up a bridge and moved it. Yeah.
And a coliseum. He said,
Yes,
let me
that's
take
true.
a sporting arena and move
Yeah.
it somewhere else.
Do you know what I liked about the new X-Men, like the new class? Was
First class.
was that Michael Fassbender's Magneto was a lot more physical with his powers.
Yeah.
Like he didn't rely on them to like move around. He used them almost like Spider-Man-y to cling to things and I thought that was really cool. It was cool to see a younger Magneto.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Oh, Michael Fassbender is so
Michael
good, though.
Fassbender.
Don't remember in that movie when Kevin Bacon was the bad guy?
I remember going into the theaters because I avoid trailers.
Yeah.
And I walked into that movie and I was like, do they have freaking Kevin Bacon as the bad guy? And the answer is yes. It was great. He was a great bad guy. Oh, Sebastian Shaw.
I watched that movie last night.
Oh, so good.
So good. The Hellfire Club. Emma Frost. I almost said Emma Stone.
What is it? Azazel?
Azazel.
Yes, Azazel.
He's great.
Nightcrawler dad.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, they also have Havoc in that.
Yep.
Havoc's great.
He is probably my favorite of the Summers brothers because one of them's a bad guy and one of them is Cyclops. No offense if you like Cyclops, I do not.
Corsair had a lot of children.
Corsair had a lot of kids.
He did.
Amanda Nicole
Good old
says,
space pirate.
if you had to give up one, would you pick the original X-Men or the X-Men First Class series?
Ugh.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Don't do that.
Let's meet in the middle and let's give up the Dark Phoenix ones of both. How about
Yeah.
that?
Well, so I think the first set X3 that was the first X-Men movie I saw, which like kind of turned me on to the whole X-Men thing. So I can't really get rid of that one. It
Yeah.
was not the greatest. I don't like 1 as much as I like number 3, which I'm sure is blasphemy.
That's
somewhere.
okay. No, it's okay.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I would get rid of like Apocalypse and what's the other one? The Dark Phoenix one that just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Miss
Yeah,
Sansa.
let's just erase the Dark Phoenix ones, like they did with Days of Future Past.
Do you remember when
Right.
Magneto looked at the guy and said, "There's too much iron in your blood"?
Yeah.
And I,
Oh,
yes.
see, that's the thing. I think Michael Fassbender was brilliant, but like, I don't know. There were just little subtle things that Ian McKellen did that, man,
No, it
I
was
still think
the-
about.
It was the scene where I think in Apocalypse when they spoiler alert wee woo the movie's been out, go check it out.
Yeah.
Where they killed his daughter
Oh,
and he
the
took
arrow.
the locket
Yeah.
and used the locket to kill all those people.
Without even looking at them,
Yeah.
with just being like, go do it.
That and the scene when they were trying to stop Shaw and he took him out with the coin.
Yeah.
Both of those.
Oh,
I
both
love
of those
the
are
cinematography of the coin going into his forehead, but then
It
James
also-
McAvoy,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that was
Great.
really good.
Good stuff.
Amanda Nicole says, I can't bring myself to watch Dark Phoenix because Apocalypse is so bad.
I mean,
If you didn't like Apocalypse, don't watch Dark Phoenix. If you did like Apocalypse and want to see the last attempt that they made at the, of those movies, then give it a watch. But
They tried.
I fell asleep, I'll be honest.
I don't see why they had to do another Dark Phoenix one though. Like,
Well, the Dark Phoenix is a very pivotal
yeah.
thing in X-Men, like very much.
Yes. And they had already started building Jean Grey very heavily in that direction with those movies.
Right,
That
but wasn't X3 like also Dark Phoenix or
Yes.
no?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so they did it twice.
Yep, and did not stick the landing either time. And what they needed to do was watch
Just
the
make more
animated
Deadpool.
series. They just had to watch the animated series and see how they did the Dark Phoenix there, because they did her great there.
yes. And more Deadpool.
And more Deadpool.
I mean, yeah. The
Brock
second-
says hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Brock.
Brock.
He meant to tell you hi yesterday.
You saying it now?
Also, he says, I'm the weird one who liked all X-Men movies except X3.
What is everyone's collective favorite?
My collective favorite.
X2.
Ooh,
X2.
Do this, don't do this.
probably X2.
They had Alan Cumming.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes.
Come on.
If I had all the time in the world,
No,
I
I
would
got my answer.
cosplay
It's the best one.
and do that. It's so good.
Wasn't his makeup like 8 hours?
Yeah, but it was so.
It was so good.
And his jacket and just the way that he
Nickel.
talked, it was so good.
Y'all missing the best one. Best X-Men movie is Logan. Hands down.
That's a good one.
That one bummed me out so
yes,
hard
but it was
though.
so good. It was the perfect conclusion to Hugh Jackman's story.
I think it's the Marvel movie that people wanted
Oh yeah.
at the time.
It's also definitely the Wolverine movie that people have been wanting
Well,
for a long
yeah.
time.
I mean,
But I was all about that movie.
Speaking of, I also had the Wolverine on in the background last night. I'd never seen
I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
that one.
Because that's the
It's the one
one,
in Japan.
the Japan one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
It
Yeah.
See, but I also when
it was the CGI claws what did it for me in that one.
we weren't CGI in the Wolverine. It was
They
X-Men Origins Wolverine that they were
Oh,
CGI.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm thinking of.
Um,
I'm sorry.
but for a stint of the comics, he went to Japan, and I really liked that.
You and
And so,
Ronan.
And Silver Samurai is one of my favorite mutants.
Mhm.
So
Oh, it's Kim.
It's Kim.
Yes,
Hi, Kim.
says Kurt Wagner is my absolute favorite.
yes.
No, I
Yes.
didn't say it like that, but I did.
You're like, but I did. So
well, and I love that he looks like a devil, and they make him religious. I mean, what a great character.
oh, Nightcrawler's awesome. He's
Yeah.
definitely up there.
He's
Top 10 for
amazing.
sure.
Absolutely.
He's
I mean-
amazing.
And in Age of
That's
Apocalypse,
right.
he gets a fire sword. Come on.
Yes.
That prank.
You know who doesn't get a lot of love as an X-Men character that I think is really cool and underutilized is Angel.
Angel's great.
I really liked him in it was X3.
Yeah.
I really liked.
Yes.
He's a great character.
Yes.
Warren
Worthington.
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 The
Thank
third.
you. The third.
Yeah, especially that beginning scene when he's like sawing them off with a file.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
Yeah.
gross, but
I've had to fight the urge with every D&D character I make to make a character with wings because I think that would just be so cool.
Yeah.
And in the X-Men animated series, he has a conversation with Rogue, and he's like, "How do you fly without wings?" She's like, "I don't know, I just do." And he's like, "You're lucky," which is the first time that anyone was ever said like, "You have a cool power," because she's always been a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like, "That's awesome," and she was like, "Oh." See, just good stuff.
Can he do anything other than fly?
He can have money.
has
When
money.
he became Archangel,
He can
could-
vote.
He could shoot the metal feathers
Yeah.
off
Okay.
his blades, but that was about
I
it.
didn't like the kid that played him in Apocalypse.
No, me neither. So it's all good. I was like,
No,
oh, they're
you're
doing
good.
Archangel, and then I saw what they were doing with it in the movie. I was like, I don't love
I
this.
don't like it.
Yeah. Also, like,
But Oscar Isaac,
German. Okay. Just. Alright.
Yeah.
What
Oscar
you doing in
Isaac.
Germany, kid?
Oscar Isaac though.
He's fighting in the pits, in the cages.
But Oscar Isaac.
Ooh. Art is Life, also known as Brock, said, I'm going to print a Sweet Angel 3D print sometime soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Show us,
Visualize.
please.
You should all check him out. He's super dope.
I bet he's awesome.
I will, especially if he does an angel.
He's also an art teacher, so he could probably give you better tips than I can when it comes to
But
drawing.
what if we have questions about depth?
I'm pretty sure he could.
He probably
could
knows
answer
the
those.
answers.
But you're right here.
I've been to a few of his lives on TikTok.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
They're great.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
No.
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 Accept
I
the
will not
compliment,
stop.
or I will aggressively throw more at you.
No, I saw him do a really cool Batman piece.
His TikTok exploded. In case any of you want to learn how to draw an elephant in a minute.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
More.
But yeah, he does awesome stuff. 6:30. Thanks, 6:30.
I would love to see Ian McKellen do this again. I know he won't, but
He's getting old.
I bet you if Patrick Stewart did it, he would do it.
I thought
Oh,
you were gonna say
I-
Patrick
oh, yeah.
Swayze. I really did.
If Patrick Swayze did it, he would absolutely do it because he'd be like, yes.
Yeah, I'll work with the ghost. Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Only if we can do the pottery scene.
Pito. Ian McKellen is 82 years old.
Good for him.
And he got to be Magneto and Gandalf.
He did.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Friday.
that's set for life.
Oh, how late are you staying live?
Who is that?
Till 7 Central Time. That's Brock.
Oh, yeah.
Till 7 Central.
Yeah, Eastern time. Get out of here.
Well, it's
It's just
It's
an hour.
just 8
Yeah.
Eastern Time.
Get out of here.
6 Mountain Time.
Thank you. I was gonna say that.
5 Pacific.
Don't be specific. About the
Don't
time.
be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
What's that from?
Parks and Rec.
Oh.
Parks and Rec. Made famous by TikTok.
Yes.
Made more famous by Magneto, would you believe?
Pito, we don't have water from 9 to 11 tomorrow for repairs. Just got an email. Just wanted to
Cool.
just wanted to say it.
Look at that face. Oh,
I know.
look at his
He looks
old,
like he could
wrinkly
just.
We're watching him age. Well, what's fun is as the chalk girl adds the wrinkles, we're watching him age.
One of the first things I learned, I like graphic design, Photoshop class in college, and one of the first things I learned was how to take texture and bring it from one image to another image. And what we did was we put wrinkles on Beyonce.
Oh.
It's just it's kind of amazing.
That's great.
Jay-Z busts out of nowhere. He's like, no.
Take those wrinkles off.
Take those wrinkles off.
And he, Magneto, starts shooting metal
Just
around.
throwing. Chuck girl, question about that.
Yeah.
Do you ever see people in real life and like see where their smile lines are and think like, oh, this is what you'll look like when you're old?
Not that, but I just try to remember like what age I think they are and where the wrinkles are. So if I had to draw somebody at that age without a reference, I'd be like, oh, I remember this person that looked like this.
That's so cool.
This is where I do the wrinkles.
Yes. Brock says, I love watching you put down the colors and then blend them.
Me too.
It creates a lot of deepness.
As
Yeah.
the kids
A lot
say.
of depth.
Yes,
Deep.
Take a wheel.
Depth.
I walked.
He also says, what a great assignment. I'd want to put wrinkles on a Beyonce.
Yeah. Put wrinkles on a Beyonce.
Pin the wrinkles on Beyonce. Everyone's favorite party game. Coming to Jackbox.
Put a wrinkle on it.
Oh!
Yes.
Chocolate. Aw.
I couldn't hear because she's being so timid in the back. What'd you say?
She said, put a wrinkle on it.
Haha.
Yeah, very good.
Good job, John.
So where is this one's wizard hat?
Not in this picture.
It's in his cave.
It's in his cave? Okay, good. What about the staff?
Question for the group.
It's in those
Did
little balls.
did everyone universally dislike the costume choices in the Bryan Singer movies? Those are the first ones? Because I didn't. I kind of liked that Magneto had, like, a gray-black, like, casual business suit.
I could understand why
Yeah.
people would be upset, but like, I don't know. I think I trust costume designers' design more than I trust my own ability to like do it. And I know that it's hard to take a lot of like iconic comic book appearances and make it look cool in
In real
reality.
life. And now I think they've gotten that formula pretty good. But back then, you know, they're like, how would this look in real life? Maybe like this.
People were always really pissed about Hugh Jackman being Wolverine too.
Yes, he was too
So-
tall.
Because he's too tall.
Yeah.
And he was a singer and a dancer. He can't
And
be
heaven
angry.
forbid.
He was from Broadway. He doesn't know a thing about being an angry, aggressive person.
Fun fact, there was also a lot of controversy in the late 80s about Michael Keaton being Batman because he's too short.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I'd say I didn't hate the costumes in the first trilogy. I thought there were some good choices. I thought there were some questionable ones. I did like all of the costumes in X3. I thought those were really like,
They got a little more to the comic book.
yeah, and like
Yes.
as well that and just the. Are they the Morlocks or no?
Are there more what?
Are they like?
The Morlocks.
Are they the Morlocks or no?
Like in quotations, yes.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the Morlocks.
Yeah.
Because Callisto is absolutely who that character is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actress is in Sweet Tooth right now. If anybody's watching Sweet Tooth,
I'm not, but Lundholm says it's great.
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
No, the Morlocks, they're like an underground band of mutants.
Oh, okay.
But in X3, they're the people he
Yeah.
recruits to help him fight.
And they're awesome. Marrow is my favorite one.
Arrows.
They're all typically like they are physically different. Like their powers manifest physically. So like they don't fit in with society because they look different.
Yeah.
They're not passing.
Yeah.
Cannot hide it.
Oh, Rob
Right.
says, gotta go and finish packing. Love what you got so far.
Yeah. P.S. If anybody is in Indy and wants to go to the Indy PopCon this weekend, BKS Art and Textiles will be there. So go check them out. Also, our friends So Multiple will be there. So
Oh, so multiple, they're great.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, yes,
Josh
yes.
Caudill says, we love Ian McKellen.
We do too.
But what are you going to do with Michael Fassbender? Or no, are you going to do Michael Fassbender as well?
Yeah, I don't know if everyone
Yes,
can see.
she is.
Probably TikTok probably can't see this, but everyone else, Michael Fassbender is underneath, and there's gonna be like all sorts of little pieces of metal, like kind of like in an arc around him.
Yes.
And Sir Ian has his two little orb thingies
Yes.
pulled out of the dupe. Yeah.
Yes, that he took from a person's
Then he
body.
took from Bruce.
And they referenced that actually in the game Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. If anyone played that,
Nope.
as a Magneto fatality, it was a really dark game for the time. Very interesting. But Magneto would slice people up with little balls of iron. It was great, and the sounds were brutal. Like
Yep. Yep.
it was great though.
Oh,
Did you ever play that?
No.
Oh.
Evil.
I just like the sounds.
Evil.
Very brutal sounds.
They were quite brutal. Like meat.
Meat sounds.
Meat. I'll give you a box of Christmas meat. I say that too.
You do.
Josh
That's
says,
Jay Jones.
awesome!
Well, thanks. Josh from Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, Facebook, Josh Caudill.
Cool.
Oh, Jason Armin says, thanks for promos, guys.
You
We
bet.
will have many quilts featuring Chop Girl art with us at PopCon.
Heck
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Kim says thanks.
Of course.
That's from TikTok now.
Anything I can do.
Oh, Josh, I wasn't there at the start. Who is talking currently?
Good
It is
question.
me, aka DM.
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 Yeah.
Your weekly comment reader from Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, nope, YouTube,
I have
and
Instagram.
yes, you have Instagram and TikTok.
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 And Dig Dug.
And Dig Dug.
TikTok.
It's a weird concept that I was thinking of.
I know.
In the One Piece world, when a person with a devil fruit power dies, their power goes into like the nearest fruit. But they have a lot of the same powers as X-Men. So what if like in the X-Men world, when a mutant dies, their power goes into the nearest non-mutant person?
You gotta read Legion.
Yeah.
That's
Is that what it is?
So
more or less.
basically, Legion is an incredibly he's an Omega level mutant, super powerful. Specifically, part of the reason he's super powerful is because he is the son of Professor X, and so he has these like pretty on par caliber psychic powers. And when other mutants or people around him die, because he has had a very tragic life, their psyche will get absorbed into his brain, and so he's called Legion because he has dissociative identity disorder, because he has a bunch of personalities running through his brain, and each one has its own mutant power, and so he has absorbed other mutants and other mutant powers.
Isn't that
before.
crazy?
Well, but so if,
Not quite the same.
Not quite, but
a similar concept.
But
right, because it would be like if like in the One Piece world, they can only have one power.
yes.
So it just like I think that was X3. The whole like the bridge and the massive
Yep,
like
that was X3.
mutant,
Yes.
The bridge.
like war and everything. Like
Mhm.
a bunch of mutants die. Like just the nearest city.
Yeah,
not
just
mutants,
becomes
just
becomes
all
mutant.
become mutants.
Yeah.
Definitely. Be interesting.
Okay, but then we see Legion twice then, correct? We see Legion in X2 with Stryker.
That is not Legion.
That's another
That is
child.
Mesmero?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to be
That's
Charles'
Mesmero.
kid. Okay, but then wasn't Ryan Reynolds with wasn't that also
That was-
that kid?
That was
That was
Weren't they
Deadpool, right?
connected?
one of them is Shaw's kid, the other one was just
Shaw. Okay, thank you.
yes, the other one, which is Mesmero. The other one
Striker.
Striker, yes.
It's Striker's kid.
Striker's kid.
Who is Mesmero. The other one is was Deadpool. It was just their very creative, loose interpretation of Deadpool.
Wasn't he Weapon X?
Yes,
Weapon X
because
then.
yes, because he was part of the Weapon X program. Is how he got his powers.
Yeah.
But technically, and he does technically get his healing factor from Wolverine's healing factor.
Right. I
But,
knew that.
But-
he does not get sword claws from.
Right.
That was not true.
Oh,
And
but
he-
his mouth isn't.
nope, definitely
oh,
not
no,
sewn
no,
shut.
No,
No.
No, it was
Also, if Deadpool's mouth was sewn shut, he would just rip it open and it would recover.
yeah,
Like,
keep talking.
Yes, he definitely doesn't have katana forearms.
no.
Or Cyclops's ocular blasts, or
And also, Deadpool has
Teleportation,
been decapitated many times.
yes.
And he's fine.
Well, there was one of the secret end credits where
Where he
the
goes.
body crawls, finds the
Yeah.
head, and then goes shh, and I was like, "What? Why did we do this?"
I do love in Deadpool when there's the little toy of that version of
Oh,
Deadpool.
yes.
I also like when he goes back in time. Like in Deadpool 2, he hops through time and finds himself reading Ryan Reynolds reading the Green Lantern script.
And just
And
yeah.
kills him.
And kills him, and finds that version of Deadpool and just kills him and goes, "Sorry, Wolverine, like, don't worry, it's taken care of, you don't have to worry about it anymore," and then leaves. That was great. Very, very smart. Very funny.
That was probably one of the, I think, like the Green Lantern script was one of the best moments of that movie in
Oh.
the theater because
Oh.
everybody just lost it.
I was crying laughing.
It was
I
great.
was laughing so hard. Just wheezing.
Now, fun fact about the Weapon X program. The scientist behind it actually experimented also on his daughter and transformed her into one of my other favorite characters. Not a mutant, but Lady Deathstrike.
Who we have seen in X2.
Oh, she was an
Yes, she
X2.
was, 'cause she's fingernails lady.
Fingernails Lady. But, Chalk Girl, I would highly recommend checking her out in the comics
Yeah.
because she is cool looking.
Yeah.
She also does a great deal of stuff with Wolverine in Japan.
She does. They were lovers at one point, and they are on again and off again, like allies, enemies. She's pretty great though,
Yes.
and she also teams up a lot with the Morlocks.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, full circle.
The big O.
I just like that her on screen. She's like Stryker's pet.
Yeah.
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 Very nice, like wardrobe though.
Oh, great. Also, her spoilers, we woo. Her death scene was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
With the metal coming out of her eyes.
Ugh,
That, I mean, but that was great.
Yeah.
It was yucky.
So clever though.
But yucky. Didn't like it.
That was so good.
But she's a great character. She also fought with Captain America a lot. Would you believe that?
Yes.
She
Well, she's
made
fighting
me
wars.
She's fighting Wars.
when the Kingsman came out. That girl with the prosthetic legs.
Yes.
That just they seemed like twins. That
Yeah.
just,
Sure.
I getcha.
I hear footsteps.
Me too.
I don't hear anything.
Is that you, Don Juan?
No, it's Don Cheadle.
Is that you, Don
Oh my
Cheadle?
gosh, it's Don Cheadle in Space Jam.
Oh, now that's the real. Who's ready for Space Jam 2?
It's
Yep.
just the Space Jam.
Yep.
It ain't no sequel.
Is
I
it
just
called
want to know who
anything?
the bad guys are.
What's up?
I just want to know who the bad guys are.
I imagine the Monstars
The
again.
internet. No,
They
it's
haven't
gonna be
shown
someone
them
different.
though.
It's gonna be the internet.
It's just the Bucks.
It's
just
LeBron
the Bucks.
James and
It is.
cartoons versus the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's just the Bucks.
You know, speaking of the Milwaukee Bucks, that is the most attended sports game I've ever been to.
Really?
Yes, I have been to I think 6 Milwaukee Bucks games.
Wow.
And Magneto
It
was
used
there.
to be like my annual trip with my mom. I don't know why. I don't like sports. Didn't like sports then, but it was something to do together.
I getcha.
I love it.
So we're talking about how Space Jam
He's getting a
is
sequel.
is getting a sequel, and it's gonna be LeBron James and the cartoons versus
Yes.
the Milwaukee Bucks.
Versus just
Just the Milwaukee
just the
Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Chris Mills and
Yep.
Giannis.
That's
Yep.
all
and
it is.
Cuopo.
Yep.
I don't think his brother plays for him anymore. Brooke Lopez.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Brooke Lopez came to the park.
He
once.
did.
Sure.
And-
Sure.
He's right
I'm out.
here.
I'm
Brooke
out.
Lopez, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
I've attended like 6 Bucks games.
Have you gone to their new arena?
And Tom Holland's here too.
It was
Oh,
my
Tony
mom's
Collins.
thing.
Oh, I'm Tom Holland.
Oh, really? I just like the hot air balloon that flies around and drops 3 things.
Oh, I'm dating
At a
Zendaya.
Bulls game, it's a bull
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
flies around him.
It's a flying bull. It's crazy. They had to genetically engineer that thing.
Yes.
The crimes against science, but hey, it's fun.
But for the sport.
Look at the sport.
No, it doesn't.
I hear also the Lovables are androids. I don't know if you knew that.
I knew a level.
Actually, no, they're gynoids because they're women, so they are gynoids. That is the word. That's the word.
Yes.
Thanks.
You don't look sunburned.
That's good. That's good. That usually doesn't happen.
Chalk Girl is colorful today.
Yes.
I love it.
So the question has been posed, and so we'll pose it. Who is your
Apocalypse.
favorite X-Men character? Apocalypse, really?
I answered.
I had to.
But how about the giraffe?
I don't know.
The giraffe? Oh, the giraffe. I was like, no.
How about the giraffe X-Men? Tolly. That's my favorite.
Tolly Longneck.
Tolly Longneck.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's
Good.
okay.
What were my
Um,
options?
If it
All
was,
the
if it was,
X-Men.
I need
if
the
it was
X-Men.
actual X-Men, it'd be Colossus.
Good
Oh,
choice, good choice.
Colossus.
I do
Does
like.
Deadpool count?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's a mutant.
I'd go with him.
He's part of what, X-Force?
Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Force.
Yes.
So he's.
He gets
an
kicked
X-Men
out real
by
quick,
that.
but
Okay,
yeah.
good question though. Okay,
Okay.
if Spider-Man, we had this debate at one point. If Spider-Man was transformed, like was not born with his mutation,
Yes.
Deadpool was also not.
I got you on this.
Thank
one.
you.
I got you.
Okay.
So Spider-Man is a cross species because he, as a human species, was given the DNA of a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
So that's how he got his powers.
You'll tell us that in the next movie.
Yes.
He's also a totem, which I hope they touch on.
Yes. The deal with Deadpool is that he is given the X gene specifically from Wolverine's healing factor. So he has the X-Men genetics. So
does.
that is where he counts as a mutant.
No.
Because don't worry,
He's
they
a
talk
big
about
gray area.
yeah, they talk about that
I have
all
another
the time
gray area.
in the comics. Also because it annoys them,
Everything's a gray area.
like annoys the
Great
X-Men
field of vision.
consistently.
That's
Very
true,
often they're like, "Oh, you're not one of us," and he's like, "But I am though," and they're like, "Gray area, bye."
He
So
has no idea.
That is, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, you ready? Here's another gray area. Kane Marco, also known as anybody?
Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut.
The brother of.
The brother of Patrick Stewart /
Yes.
Yes,
Charles Xavier.
Yep, that one.
Kane Marco has the X gene, but it is dormant.
Yep.
And
Until he decides to run.
the Gem of Sidorak
Jim Sidorak.
is a mystical item that gives the user like magic powers of the Juggernaut, but because he's a latent mutant, it like bonded especially with him. It brought them out.
Yep.
So that is why the Juggernaut is like even more Juggernaut-y than other previous Juggernauts.
yeah, and the real moral of the story is
true.
Professor X and all of his siblings,
Juggernaut.
children, parents, etc., are the only reason that the X-Men have any villains at all.
Crossover.
I mean,
How about that though?
yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he is Zeus of the
Well,
X-Men.
And his two
universe.
children are Legion and Prometheus.
Yeah. Two.
Or no, I'm sorry, Proteus.
Yes.
Excuse me, brain. But they can both literally bend reality. That's their ability.
And end reality
Yeah.
if they wanted to. And one of them's crazy.
Proteus can literally just
And the
Just
other one's
do.
Legion.
yeah, and the other one's Legion.
Another one's Legion.
Great eyes, Chakra.
They're beautiful
He looks
eyes.
so good.
It looks-
Is Legion, Doug Jones Legion, or is that a completely different thing? Do we
Wasn't
know
that
what I'm
a
talking
rapper?
about? That was more like a
No,
horror
Mike
movie.
Jones.
Mike Jones.
Mike
Mike Jones.
No,
Doug Jones.
It
He
is
looks like a bus driver, and his mouth gets really like, yep.
no, basically Legion is it's specifically it's a reference to Legion from the Bible where it's
Whoa.
many beings occupying one person.
Okay.
And so there have been other movies, series, and horror things about Legion,
Wasn't there a
but
TV show?
yes.
Oh, Chalk Girl. I highly recommend the TV show.
I thought people didn't like it. I thought it was bad.
I adored it.
Did you? Okay.
I did.
It's good.
The
It's
colors
really
are
good.
oh my gosh,
It's
they're
so
beautiful.
trippy and
Visuals
psychedelic.
are
It's so
really
trippy.
good.
It's about him though.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is also one called Legion, and it's about an angel. It's very different because that should be called Angel because it's about.
Angel was
Well,
ironically
that
a
show
Buffy
was already
spinoff.
taken.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
laid in bed too long and got a Legion.
If you have leprosy, you get legions all over your skin.
See?
They
There
gotta
it is.
rotate you.
Careful.
They gotta rotate you.
Don't get too close to bad water. You'll get Legionella.
Oh.
Hey! No, that's from eating raw eggs.
Yeah.
Ah. Wait, someone do another one.
No, you have to do another one.
Are we doing
No.
Salmonella or Legion?
No, that's the African nation that has all the pirates.
There you go.
Okay, without getting this too dirty.
Oh, that's the other Obama daughter. Okay, go. Malia?
No,
Thank you.
Oh,
Guys,
my God.
if you want to win a free print
I do actually.
What do you
from
do?
BKS Art and Textiles, you're gonna comment the word Magneto.
Magneto. Guess what
Yeah,
I'm
and the
doing.
cool thing
Yeah,
is because
it's-
some of our friends were not here for this entire thing, we have 5 prizes this week, or this not this week, this month. This
I
month,
love that.
which is one more than the drawings we do. Which means if you want to win the grand prize, which is going to be a really cool bag from the K part of the BKS Art and Textiles, you have to comment with the comment every week. So you have to do all 4. You gotta be present with us all 4 weeks. So this week it is Magneto. You could win this plus my Nightcrawler drawing. I forgot to say that earlier. If you really like Nightcrawler, you could get 2 Nightcrawler things. And then I don't have a picture of the final product, but just for an idea, the final bag will be an X-Men themed bag, but it will have all sorts of cool embroidery from the Kim part. So like this is the Hogwarts castle, but it's all embroidered. So if you want an X-Men backpack that's worth like over $100 for free,
I want it.
comment Magneto. If you don't comment Magneto, but you comment for the
Then
next 3
I'm
weeks,
gonna win
you're
it.
still not gonna get it. You gotta comment all
gotta do it
4
now.
weeks.
Three Master commented.
All 4 weeks.
Or else.
All 4 weeks.
All 4 weeks.
There we go.
All 4 weeks.
Yeah.
All
So
4 weeks.
potentially you could win a print from me, a print from Brock, and a bag if you comment, guys.
For
this
the
is
low
so
price
cool.
of commenting Magneto.
For the
and
low
then the
price
other
of
ones.
free
The
99.
calories you
Of
expend from
free
your
99.
thumb.
$3.99.
$3.99.
So yeah, so this is Mr. Magneto for the week. Next week, Peanut Gallery, you guys get to decide who's next. You
Boo.
know, oh yes, you
Don't put
know.
that. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, well, you know the 3 other drawings that I'm doing. So,
Storm.
okay.
Storm.
start.
Oh gosh!
Yeah.
Bold.
You're gonna have to help me. You're gonna have to help me.
Oh, I will.
Figure
There are
out.
many
You're gonna
options
have to
to
get
choose
up there
from.
and help her.
Oh, well, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, for Storm and no one else.
Storm and
Storm is
Yeah.
a
That's
wonderful character.
So we will be here next week unless something crazy happens and I have to switch it up again. Hopefully not. We will be here same time, same channels,
chat
all
channel.
that jazz.
Same chalk channel.
Yeah, come back next week for
Same
Storm.
chalk time,
Okay,
same chalk
thanks.
channel.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.